This game has changed me a lot. It goes under the name Unturned, of course. And if I'm gonna be honest, I have over 7,000 hours on this game. I have other two accounts that I've lost. On each, I have 1,000 hours. On my current account, I have 5,000 hours. This makes it 7,000 hours, which basically makes it into almost playing this game for a year straight. Still, I play this game a lot. I played it a lot, and I used to play it a lot when, when I was bored and played it with my friends that I've made along the way. I've made a lot of friends actually, and this game basically made me grow up. It changed me a lot. Its community, especially its community, like wow, that was hard. I'm gonna go along the way and I will comment on certain negative reviews that I will be reading today. Also, am I the only one, or do you also think that the trailer is like a clickbait, basically? You don't spawn in the ocean, like today's Unturned is just much different than the intro shows, well, obviously, let me give you a bit of a background. This is Nelson Sexton. He made Unturned originally under the name called Dead Zone on Roblox before his entire developer script, or basically the whole game, just leaked, and everyone else on Roblox copied it and made their own zombie survival games on Roblox. So Nelson went along the way to teach himself Unity and made Unturned in Unity. So, that's not the reason why I'm doing this in the first place. The reason why I'm doing this is because Nelson chose certain people over his entire community, as well as botting Unturned. You can, I'm telling this to again because I've made a community post where I've left my negative review, which is currently under the way to be reviewed. So basically, the game is botted up. It has a lot of bots, and if you look at the actual servers, you will see that it's not even 10,000 players, or probably even above 1,000 players or so. I do admit that I've kind of forgot what the exact number is, but it's definitely not like that many people on multiplayer. And I highly doubt that anyone would play single player. Single player is boring. It's very boring. But anyways, this is about me reading negative review. I just wanted to give you a bit of explanation. But as I said, he chose certain people over his entire community that he cares about. He doesn't care about the community, and the community itself has been doing maps like Elver, Arid, Antarctica, you name it. And Nelson removed those maps because he probably got jealous. And so today I'm gonna read all of the negative, well, not all of them, but at least some of the negative reviews that are left. That are left under Unturned now. So let's get into it. Let's just get into it, and I will be adding some details and would talk about it along the way. First negative review. The main reason of why this game is bad. This is a URL to Z-Man1064 video. Why Unturned is not worth playing. I recommend watching it. It goes into detail, and I actually really like that, and it's true. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. Let's go. Let's go read furthermore. Read more. I am quitting Unturned because it's a ridiculous system. Nelson Sexton does whatever he can to whatever he can do to help his favorite players and curated developers, neglecting his community and his game. Being the first ever game I've owned and played on Steam with my friends, Nelson Sexton has let me down, and his community with his actions, and has proven himself incompetent at game design and as a leader of a community. It does not seem worth it to me and to many others to continue to make and to play content for this game any longer. Especially if the game developer will eventually steal curated content, claim it as its own, and everyone will fall for it. Hashtag tank the Unturned. So, this is true. I think this is personally true because Nelson took the curated maps, Arid, Antarctica, Elverat, etc., you name it. I can't remember the rest of curated maps, but he claimed those maps as his own. And that's basically making Nelson a hypocrite, because on Roblox forum he did the same, where apparently Roblox developers also steal design and code and stuff like that to make their own game, But yeah, basically saying this is very true, very accurate, and Nelson needs to change a lot. As just like me, just like I did. Let's go. Let's go further. I've been playing this game since about Unturned 2.0, and have been loving it every time I got into it for a month or two, racking up the most amount of playtime in my Steam library. However, the game has been going downhill so much over the past few years, with the servers being full of pay-to-win trash, Nelson's server being full of Nelson's behavior towards the community and its creators, that now spend a lot more time working on the game than he has made in the past few years. Again, this is very true. Nelson, there was update every Friday. I remember the first time Reputation was added, the NPCs were added, a Russian map was added, stuff like that. Good old days. Even the fuel system when it was added. 10 out of 10 memories, I have to admit. But yeah, this is true. The game is still pretty much pay to win, especially including the 10 times or 100 times loot factor. Yeah, also for here, Nelson's behavior towards the community, because he chose certain people in the community. He doesn't care about the rest, he chose only the few important people, I would say. Especially, the community has been keeping the game alive, because they were creating the maps for the game, like a raid, for example, or Elver, stuff like that, you name it. Hashtag tank the turned. Let's see. Suppress Soldat was a great game for the past 10 years and a childhood favorite of mine up until recent news and the shady dealings that goes on with Nelson. I can't recommend the game to newer generations, and with the grim reality of the game and its owner coming into light, it only looks to be going downhill from here. Yeah, I would not recommend this to my child either. I just what I want is for Nelson to change the way I did. Sure, I was hated upon, for what I did, but I learned the mistakes and accepted my fate, you would say, and simply moved on. But the main important thing was for me to change, and I did that, and that was great. And I recommend it to Nelson as well, to not care about a certain few that he selected, but to care about the whole community, right? He should care about every single person in the community. Yeah, that's what I recommend to Nelson. Yeah. Another review from Solvar. straight bonds, all this. I don't understand what this means. I don't understand. Yeah, I just don't understand what this means. Oh well. I highly doubt that Unturned would be scary. Oh well, a lot of positive reviews. Okay, let me look for the negative ones. Hold on. Right, so let's continue reading. This is from Din Bravo. Din Bravo. I don't know anything about the developer drama, but a game where zombies just stand there until you get within a few feet of them isn't much of a zombie survival game at all. Base building is useless when zombies don't wander. Long-range weapons are pointless when you can just cross the street to avoid a stationary zombie. There's no challenge when you can walk up behind a, again, stationary zombie and kill it with a golf club in 4 to 5 hits before it can even turn around. Yeah, this is true. If Nelson would continue creating Unturned 2.0, no, not 2.0, Unturned 2, and would make wandering zombies, like for example in Project Zomboid there are wandering zombies that are actual threat. You know, that would be it would be great, you know, if he would add that and change that, you know. And I do agree, I don't even understand why I have 7,000 hours on this game. You're just killing stationary zombies. Ah man, good old memories. But still, I do agree with this, and I wish I could put yes, but I can't, because I've been a bad boy. Yeah, it was an error right there. Ah well. What just happened? Oh, how did I move back here? What? Back to negative. Let's go. As much as I love Unturned, Nelson is being hypocritical. Till he changes his ways, this will be a negative review. And yes, I do agree with Majestic Grey. Yeah, I do agree with him. Because, as I said, on Roblox, this game was made on Roblox originally. Until the code got leaked and Nelson took his ranting onto forum, where he talked about that the game developers in Roblox can easily steal code and it's not very safe and stuff like that. And this is basically why he's hypocritical, especially when apparently Roblox doesn't care about its community as well. This is basically what's happening right here. History repetitive, as I would say. Another review from Purple. Developer is cringe, don't play. Yeah, I would say he is, yeah. Another negative review from Cadeno Caden0823. I have learned when it comes to Roblox developers, there is always at least one thing that they are completely incapable of doing, whether it will be taking criticism / feedback, balancing a game, enforcing rules, whatever. There's always at least one important thing they can't do, and it looks like that in Nelson's case, once a Roblox developer, always a Roblox developer. I think this review means that it's the thing that Nelson's doing, like stealing a map that the community made and claims it as his own. Yeah, I think that's probably what this means, but yeah. I do agree with this. I wish I could like, but I can't because I have error, so very unfortunate. I do, however, definitely agree. Another review from Rendangayam. This is 1 to 3 hours. This game sucks. Unfair game for a new player. Too many powerful zombies to fight with just a stick. I don't think that you can beat zombies with a stick. At least a hockey or something like that would be great. But just change the difficulty to easy and that's it. Oh well. No, yeah, I've read this before. It's okay. Yeah, I read this too. And another review from Jeff. 805 hours, that's quite decent. Lack of updates, lots of flags, no Unturned 2.0, the lead developer Nelson, he picks favorites, and black balls, the only people keeping his game alive. Thank the Unturned, Z-Man 1064 on top. Yeah, to the lack of updates, yeah, that's true. When was the last time you actually saw an actual Unturned update from the developer? It's always been the community, nothing else. It's always been the community for the past few years. The community is what kept Unturned alive, and it's what keeps Unturned alive. That is, unless, the community would revolve. But again, I'm not gonna talk about community. The last time I talked about community was on March 21st, 2023, and I don't want PTSD again. Ah well. Another review from Kill Command. Very bland, not much to say besides not much to do, and buggy. Yeah, sort of buggy, and definitely not much to do or say. Yeah, it's true. It's just maps. You wander around, kill zombies, and that's it. I don't understand why I wasted my life on this game. Oh well. Another review from Caleb. Nelson made Unturned after Roblox moderation didn't help consider him. Now he is doing the same thing to his curated map developers. This is true. Now the reason why I say it's true is because once a Roblox developer, always a Roblox developer. I guess because of I don't know how to say this, but it's just true. Just keep that in mind. It's true. Another negative review from Bigman345. Seemingly, this game is going down the drain. It sucks because it has so much potential. Don't get me wrong, I love Unturned. This game has brought me into a community and given me friends that I really couldn't find elsewhere. However, the recent actions that ended last year, made by Nelson and the current community that he is actively promoting and enforcing in his server and game identity, I can't really support. Nelson has unfortunately become a hypocrite of his own words, with the same aspect on why he left Roblox being also shown here in his own game, which he should have experience and knowledge in, yet he seems to be ignorant. Your new quote-to-quote map creators have stroking egos and actively want to sabotage other people for seemingly no reason other than to solidify themselves as the de facto of the curated community. You haven't given a proper update to the game in years, with the last release being Germany, a disappointment of a map, with only giving subtle updates that could easily be done within strict time frames, yet Nelson somehow takes years. Keep in mind, since the release of Elver, there has been 5 new maps made by the community who have innovated and turned the game into something it could have been with the tools he provides, not even mentioning the stuff the modding community does with their roleplay maps and more. The last official map was in 2017, 8 years ago. Where is the love the game needs, Nelson? I get personal life can get in the way, but this has been a constant attitude since 2020. You shouldn't need to get your wife into this mess. Oh, he got his wife into this mess, wow. You can easily do it yourself by actually establishing what's right and what's wrong, instead of hiding away in a shadow and letting other people do your work for you. It's your game and your community, so it is you who needs to enforce who is in the right and who is in the wrong with valid reasoning, instead of actively suppressing people who point out the wrongdoing of your favorites, it makes me vastly disappointed. This could all be easily changed. Community shuffle and actual punishments to those who deserve, quote-to-quote, deserve, it will turn the game around into a more friendly environment for the good or the worse. Wherever goes doesn't really matter, as all love from the community into the game and all trust has been shattered by the seemingly inaccurate and incalculated decisions made by Nelson's to rip the current, now past curated developers out without further clarification other than criticism and what happens in their servers and their opinions. Your angels aren't angels, Nelson. They're arguably worse than the people you want to get rid of. I know one of the curated creators and their situation suffered from the light of it with the people you shelter and favorite actively wished on the downfall and wanted them to be kicked out of the community. What kind of people is that? To want to wish the worst on another person regardless of what they have done? Instead, we have the Unturned we know today, an unstable community to accompany an unstable game where the future isn't looking good unless something gets done. I'm leaving this rant here as a review really doesn't need to be 4 paragraphs at all about why the game is bad. You get the idea. Fix your community, Nelson. Yeah, this is pretty much true. I have to admit, this down here, I have to agree with what's been down here since this is what happened to me. It lasted like 8 months or so, probably 9. I just want to return back to this community, you know, like I would like to return back, and to some point of the extended degree I would say that I am back, but I'm not really sure. It's completely up to the community if they want to bring me back into their group or something like that. It's not up to me, but I know some of them will see this, and so again, once more, I apologize to everyone that I've hurt, including the March 17, 2023 incident. I don't want to talk about it, and yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree with Bigman345 with what he wrote here. Very true, very accurate, and just take criticism, and yeah, that's it. Okay, this is also same, there we go. From a review from Really Not Music, I don't know, 5,207 hours. Been with the game since late 2014. I remember playing with it my now dead high school friends. One of the funnier memories made while playing it. Over the years, I got to know people responsible for creation of curated content or workshop mods. This game has been a factory of great memories for me. But as all good things, they have to come to an end. SDG, Smartly Dressed Games, starts picking sides in their community, unfortunately, supporting and protecting people who break their motives. They start forcing politics into the game for no reason, starting shit storms and wondering why people are getting mad after what they silence the mad people and sweep it under the rug. 33 years old, watching how a game with potential and very skilled people in the community is falling into a mess of forced ideologies, disregards from its creator, and lack of any major updates from SDG's Smartly Dressed Games side. I do agree with this. I have to agree with this because since the year 2022, you know what's happening in Ukraine right now. Nelson added a Ukraine flag into the game's menu. When you launch the game and you want to go to the single player, you will see a Ukrainian flag there. And yeah, unfortunately, yeah, SDG, Smartly Dressed Games, for some reason put politics into their game. I just don't understand, man. But yeah, I do have to agree. This game for me also brought a lot of great memories. Memories that I wish wouldn't be erased even if I would have Alzheimer's one day. And, you know, I had a lot of fun, but now all I do is review roleplay servers, so if there are even any. Oh well. But yeah, very great negative review. I do agree with basically everything that's written here, and yeah, let's just continue. So another review from Trains, 1423 hours. I played this game since about Unturned 2.0 and have been loving it every time I got into it for a month or two, racking up the most amount of playtime in my Steam library. However, the game has been going downhill so much over the past few years, with the servers being full of pay-to-win, trash, Nelson's behavior towards the community and its creators that now spend a lot more time working on the game than he has in past few years. This is true. Again, Nelson haven't made like any major update, and the last major update I would say was definitely with Germany, and that's basically it. The community is what's pushing this game forward, and especially curated maps. That is, if there will even be any other curated maps, but I don't know. It's really up to the curated map developers and the whole entire community to decide. But yeah, this was a negative review from Trains. Let's continue. Let's continue further. From Duncan, Idaho, 1426 hours. Unturned is truly one of the games of all time, and was one of the first games I ever played on Steam. I have enjoyed and still enjoy playing it whenever it be in single player with friends or just messing around in the map editor. Unturned is unique in several ways from other zombie games. It's extremely simplistic, at least graphics wise, yet it has a wide array of content in terms of modding. It allows you to quickly host servers that you can play on with your friends, and can be easily modded in a myriad of myriad of ways. However, despite the love and nostalgia I have for this game, the recent actions by the developer have contradicted what they once protested, and I cannot stand for that. In short, the game itself is good for those who want a free and a simple zombie game to play with their friends, but the developer's actions have stained this game and its community, and I cannot support the developer's actions. But if you don't care about the drama or controversies, then by all means, feel free to get this game. It can provide many hours of fun and is suitable for basically all ages. I would say no, I would say not for all ages. I would say at least 15 plus years, or probably to 16 or 18 years above. I would not recommend this to my child, at least by what's happening in the community by Nelson, but it's true. The game is very simple, you know. Modding is also very fun. You can create your own map with ease for free as well. And it's the main issue I would say now is definitely Nelson. Nelson, the developer of this game, needs to change a lot, and I recommend him to change a lot. And for some reason, I don't know why he dragged his wife into the drama, but again, it's true. Nelson should change and would need to change the same way I changed. Again, probably there are still some people that would hate me. I understand, and if you want to forgive me, then that's fine. But keep in mind, thanks to Z-Man is basically the reason why I turned into Christianity, and I'm grateful for that. And I moved on. I moved forward, and I am very thankful for it. yeah, that's basically all over here. Yeah, let's see if I will be able to find other reviews. There we go, I found another negative review, but I will leave this as the last negative review that I will read. Wow, it's very long. Anyways, it's from the Mountain Man, and a lot of people found it useful, so let's see what this is about. Let's read it. This will be the last negative review I will read, and that will be it. So, from Mountain Man, 1127 hours on 9 of August 2020. Okay. This game used to be survival. It was difficult. People used to be chill. The game had good servers. The game wasn't overrun by South American and Russian kids who rubber band everywhere. This game had potential. It was a survival game for those unwilling to pay for an expensive survival game. It is no longer a survival game. It is a Call of Duty game with Roblox aspects and the factor of worrying about zombies ruining your gunfight on... Oh wait! The server owners will turn off zombie spawns. I understand people want to practice PvP skills and servers are going to exist for that need. So to do so, the developer added the arena mode, a great way to practice skills. Unfortunately, no one will use those servers, and the few servers that exist are dead. Now every server seems to have quote-to-quote OP kits, insane base build, EU or South America, end of the quote, in it. It is no longer survival, and this game will die into obscurity because of the way servers are ran by kids. For kids who are angry they can't have the best gun in the game instantly to quote-to-quote wreck some noobs, end of the quote. Nelson, the developer of this game, had this game as a survival game. Unfortunately, he allowed the mods and the servers to get out of hand. No vanilla servers exists, more specifically in the United States. Very few servers exist in North America. If they do, they have low player count and compete with other servers across the world where they give you gear instantly. Will I play this game again? Perhaps, just to see how much it collapsed in the years I have played this game. Nelson, I am passionate about this game just as much as you are. I know you are currently working on Unturned 2. Well, that just aged poorly. No. Let me just add something. Nelson doesn't work on Unturned 2, and if he does, then it's only a mystery, okay? I don't know if he will even continue developing Unturned 2. I, to some point of degree, think that he is, but at the same time, no. From what I've seen, I don't think that he's working on Unturned 2. So, yeah, let me continue reading. To keep Unturned 2 a survival game, as this game is too far to rescue from the grasps of death himself, I have the following suggestions. 1. Do not allow mods. This kills game performance, kills game immersion with OP guns, and allows roleplay servers to thrive, something that is common in all survival games, but they are rare in comparison with the survival servers. That's true. 2. Charge for your game. I'd be willing to pay for the game if it means we had official servers. This will also make sure there are less cheaters. Yeah, this is also true. I have to agree with the second statement here. The reason why is there's so many cheaters, you have no idea. It doesn't help, right, that there's the anti-cheating system that basically doesn't work. But yeah, it's like so many cheaters. You can just look up unturned hacks on YouTube, and there's like, oh, free hacks to download, and aimbot and wall hacks and stuff like that. You know, it's terrible. This game basically has no anti-cheat system, and even though it has, it barely does anything. Oh well. Let's continue. 3. In relation to number 2, please have official servers. Yes, Community-made servers will be allowed, but don't allow it to grow into the creature that requires players to insert their credit cards or memberships, overpowered kits, or even admin powers. This is about pay to win. There used to be a lot of pay to win, and I'm not saying that there isn't any sort of pay to win. There is still a lot of pay to win in this game, just not that much as it used to be, especially roleplay servers. But yeah, I do agree there should be a official community made servers, and I think there should be like an official server as well. Official, like, you know, that would it wouldn't be like pay to win, you know, would be just normal survival or arena mode. Speaking of arena, I don't even remember when was the last time I played on arena mode. Oh well, let's continue. 4. Don't always follow the majority option. The majority option said add NPCs. I hardly care or use them in gameplay. Majority opinion is not always the best. It's your game, so do what you think is the best. For all I know, you could ignore this. Chances are this was probably ignored, but I don't know if it was. Like, even I recommended that the NPCs should be in the game, and all the NPCs are about is just standing figures in a safe zone where you can just get either like a lore piece or just a quest or to trade for experience, and that's basically all it is. Just take a Liberator, for example, on a Russian map. That's basically the beginning of NPCs. That's where NPCs were born, you know? Well, I'm saying born, but that's where basically they were made. Let's continue. As for the players, 1. Start playing on a few survival servers and donate to them. This will bring back the survival game as it's meant to be. I'm pretty sure, like, since the game is dead, and this is very old review, I don't think this will happen anymore. 2. Stop killing on sight. You aren't cool, you aren't good at the game, you aren't in Call of Duty. This game will have bandits, but everyone shooting people on sight will make sure new players refuse to play again. Why play when I get dropped by a guy with a maple strike while I had a shovel? This is true. This is true. Like, a lot of times, this is true. But like, I don't think it's the new players' fault. I don't even think that it's the community's fault. It's just the way we all are, I would say. Well, not all of us. Some of us are different, you know, but that's the reason why there's players versus entity mode and not PvP, I would say. Ah, well. Anyways, 3. Try surviving on Yukon on hard. That is survival, and in my opinion, the best way to play the game. Yes, I do agree with this. Yukon is, by the way, Yukon is the only official map where it's snowing, and I would like to see like other official maps where it snows, you know, to make the survival more difficult. You can take a Prince Edward Island, for example, PEI. On hard, it's pretty easy actually if you just know the locations to loot, you know, and you know, plant some vegetables, get the most overpowered shotguns, and especially the zombies are still annoying in this game. They are always standing, not roaming around, and even if you lay next to them, they will most likely not notice you until you touch the zombies first, and that's basically it. The zombies need a huge rework, and it doesn't help that there's the fire exploding zombie or the acid zombies if they are only allowed on normal and hard, but not on easy. Ah well, I would say more. Well, let's continue reading. Sorry, where at? I would say more, but this is already an essay. I beg with the community, stop killing your game. It was meant for survival, so play it like a survival game. I do agree, this game, Unturned, was and still is supposed to be about survival, and unfortunately it's no longer survival, it's just player versus player, tryhards everywhere, cheaters as well. And again, the fault, I would say, is not with the community, but with the Nelson himself. Such a sad end for this game. It's true, yeah, very true. Unfortunately, it's true, so that's all I can say. Unfortunately, all of this here, I would say, is true, but not the community though. Community is the only thing keeping this game alive, not Nelson. You know, it's the community. Community again is what keeps it alive. So yeah, but I do agree the servers should be just changed just a little bit, to bring more survival aspect to the game. But after a while though, survival is boring, especially in single player, and I highly doubt that anyone is surviving in this game if the game is just about picking stuff up and then using that stuff to kill zombies or players, and that's basically the whole repetitiveness of this game. That is, if you ignore the lore, or I don't know. That's yeah, that's basically all the negative reviews that I wanted to read today. So yeah, I don't really have much to say, but I will say this. The community is definitely not the problem. It's the developer's problem. Nelson should take responsibility for criticism and shouldn't he should not take people's work like from Elver, Arid, and claim it as his own. But again, as is being told, once a Roblox developer, always a Roblox developer. It is such a sad sight to see how Unturned is going downhill. My favorite game of all time. Although, even though it has still its issues, no matter how much it hurt me, I will still continue playing it. I've also made a song about it. If you will want to hear it out, just I will leave a link for it in the description. Also, yeah, that's basically everything for today. Thank you for watching. If you want to, let me know your opinion in the comments below. And if you want to join my Discord server, I will leave a link to it in the description. I have 120 members, so if you want to join it, that's perfectly up to you. Also, don't forget to eat some parsley. Have a good day, and goodbye.